Hello, my friends. Hey, we're going back to Enneagram, kind of spacing in these out between different kind of health and wellness and leadership topics. And today we are diving into the world of Enneagram Type 6, often called the loyal guardian. If you've ever found yourself preparing for every what if, planning 3 backup plans for a single situation, or fiercely protecting the people you love, you may just be a Type 6. And if you're not, don't worry. This episode will help you understand and appreciate the thoughtful, courageous, and committed 6s in your life.
Welcome to the Grace-Filled Leader Podcast. Do you want better work-life balance? Do you get stuck in patterns of perfectionism and people-pleasing? Have you always been an overachiever but never really felt good enough, no matter how much outward success you achieve? Do you want more time for the things that matter most? Well, you are in the right place. Here on the Grace-Filled Leader Podcast, we focus on spirit-driven success and share the secrets to having better work-life balance as a busy woman in leadership. Here you will learn how to set boundaries like a boss, find peace of mind, and reclaim your time for the things that matter most. Hi, I'm Tanya, a wife, mom, leader, and certified Christian life coach. For most of my life, I tried to find worthiness through achievement. I spent decades people-pleasing and pouring myself into my work. I was looking for my value through the approval of others. This led me to feel burned out, empty, and exhausted. I had no time or energy for myself or my family. I realized that I was wasting time and energy looking for validation in all the wrong places. But my life changed when I finally surrendered and God showed me a different way. It is my mission to help you start living the abundant life God has for you. If you're ready to become fueled by grace and find freedom from people-pleasing, if you're ready to multiply your time and impact as a Christian woman in leadership, this podcast is for you. Roll up your sleeves, sister friends. It's time to get after it.
Whether you're a wife, a mom, a leader, or all three, understanding the unique strengths and challenges of Type 6s can help you live more authentically, lead with greater confidence, and build stronger relationships. If you've ever struggled with self-doubt, overthinking, or fear of the unknown, this episode is definitely for you. Let's talk first about the key characteristics of the Enneagram Type 6. Type 6s are deeply loyal, responsible, and trustworthy. They are highly attuned to potential risks and dangers. They are driven by a need for security and stability, and they are skilled at seeing multiple perspectives and spotting problems before they arise. Their core motivation is a desire to feel safe, supported, and prepared. Type 6s are always asking, who can I trust? And am I secure? Their core fear is the fear of being abandoned, unsupported, or unprepared for potential dangers. The core weakness or vice of Type 6s is anxiety, constantly scanning for what could go wrong, which can lead to overthinking and indecision. Their core virtue or gift is their courage, the ability to face fears, take risks, and trust God even when the outcome is uncertain. At their best, Type 6s are faithful, courageous, and steadfast, reflecting God's protective and reliable nature. But when they're struggling, they can become overly anxious, skeptical, or dependent on others for reassurance. So what's it like to live as an Enneagram Type 6? Well, their strengths in their everyday life is that Type 6s are planners extraordinaire, ready for anything life throws their way. They are fiercely loyal friends, family members, and team players. They are detail-oriented and excellent at managing logistics. They are often the glue that holds relationships or groups together, creating stability and trust. Some challenges they might face are that they tend to overthink and second-guess their decisions. They have difficulty trusting themselves or fully relying on God's provision, and they have a tendency to let fear of the unknown dictate their choices. As individuals, healthy sixes are pillars of strength and commitment when they can quiet the noise of their fears and anchor themselves in truth. Now, leading as an Enneagram Type 6, the strengths in leadership for the 6 are that they are proactive problem solvers who anticipate challenges and prepare for them. They are dependable leaders who prioritize their team's safety, morale, and success. They are excellent collaborators who value input from others and foster teamwork. They are loyal to their mission and the people they serve, ensuring that no one feels left behind. Boy, these make some great leaders, huh? Now, potential blind spots of a Type 6. They have sometimes difficulty making decisions without seeking constant reassurance. They sometimes allow the worst case scenarios to paralyze their progress, and they might be overly skeptical of new ideas or changes due to fear of risk. Definitely some concerning blind spots to be aware of. So tips for growth as a leader, if you are a Type 6, number 1, with anything, practice trusting God. Remind yourself that He is your ultimate source of security, not your plans. Number 2, limit the what ifs. Set boundaries around how much time you spend analyzing potential risks. Number 3, build confidence. Take small, faith-filled steps outside your comfort zone to strengthen your trust in your own leadership. And finally, embrace collaboration. Lean into your gift for teamwork while learning to delegate and trust others to carry out their roles. Type 6s are powerful leaders when they lean on God's strength and take courageous action despite their fears. So some key takeaways for professional women Type 6s. Recognize your worth in Christ. Your security is not found in perfect plans, but rather in the steadfast love of God. Embrace courage. Being brave doesn't mean you're fearless. It means you trust God even when you do feel afraid. Celebrate your preparedness. Your ability to anticipate challenges is a gift, but don't let it rob you of the joy of living in the moment. And focus on community. Surround yourself with supportive people who remind you of the truth when doubts start to creep in. So, as with some of our recent episodes, let's talk about a real-life example of a Type 6. We're going to talk about another Sarah, the thoughtful leader. Sarah is a marketing manager and a busy mom of 3. She exemplifies both the strengths and the struggles of a Type 6. At work, Sarah is the one everyone relies on. She has contingency plans for every project, and she knows how to keep her team grounded during stressful times. Her co-workers trust her because she's incredibly loyal and always has their back. But Sarah's overthinking often follows her home. She lies awake at night worrying about whether she's doing enough for her family, whether she made the right decisions at work, and what challenges tomorrow might bring. Over time, the constant anxiety left her feeling drained and less effective in her roles. After diving deeper into her Enneagram type, Sarah began to work on releasing control to God. She started each day with a prayer of surrender, reminding herself that He is her ultimate protector. She also practiced limiting her what-if spirals, choosing instead to focus on the present moment. Now, Sarah is still the dependable, prepared leader and mom she's always been, but with a newfound sense of peace and clarity. She takes courageous action without needing to predict or control every outcome. Her leadership inspires others to face their own fears, and her family benefits from her emotional presence and steadiness. Are you a Type 6, or do you lead or live alongside one? This week, take a moment to reflect on how fear or overthinking might be holding you back. What would it look like to trust God more fully in your decisions? I would love to hear how this episode resonated with you. Join the conversation over in the Facebook community and let's encourage each other to live and lead with courage. Friends, remember this: whether you're leading a team, raising a family, or navigating life's uncertainties, God has equipped you with everything you need. Lean into His promises and trust that He will guide you through every fear and every decision. Until next time, I pray that the Lord fills you with gratitude, peace, and His amazing grace.
I pray this episode blessed you, spoke to you, or encouraged you in some way. If so, please share it with a friend and head on over to Apple Podcasts to leave me a review. That's the only way for me to know if you're enjoying the show. Nothing blesses me more than to hear from you. Also, come on over to our free Facebook community. This is a great place for us to support one another on our faith and leadership journeys. You can find the link to the group in the show notes or go to gracefilledleader.com/community. If you have questions or content ideas for the show, please send me a message on SpeakPipe or via email. Go to gracefilledleader.com/contact and leave a written or voice recorded message. I would love to know how I can best serve you on the podcast. Now to Him who can do immeasurably more than we can ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us. Ephesians 3, verse 20. Until next time, my friends, God bless.